Hello, Bridget Bartlett here. I am the CEO and founder of Vision Marketing and Design.com. And today we are live inside of our training where we are live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today what we're doing is actually continuing our series on how to, oh man, it's really dark in here. I just saw my YouTube pull up. I have to turn my lights on. Okay, anyway, I'm a hot mess this week, really. At least my camera's working today. So, what we're going to talk about is how to create a course funnel using HighLevel. HighLevel is the platform that I use in my agency. If you want a free trial, you can go to highlevel.visionmarketinganddesign.com. If you are a client and you're just like, I don't really want to learn how to use all these tools and you just want to hire us to take care of these things for you, you can also go to visionmarketinganddesign.com. Okay, so what we are going to do is actually just dive right in. Sorry, let me mute my phone. We're going to dive right into the training. Monday, what we did was actually we kind of did an overview of the membership areas or the course builder that HighLevel has. So we've actually built our course. We built a course for the ebook that we're using and the course. So we're actually using a PLR product, which is also free inside of Team Vision. You can go to the resources tab and there are over 85,000 PLR products that you can use, and this one is actually a full course, so it comes with the images, the actual website. It's a template, so we're going to rebuild it on HighLevel, but the course, the videos, the mind map, the chat, all those things are in the course. Okay, so let me just move this to the side here and let's go to screen share. Okay, so we are, this is the funnel. So like I said, we've already created the course. So if you've missed any of the training, definitely go back and watch that. So we've created the actual video course, the ebook course, and we've built the skeleton for our funnel. Okay, so when I start a funnel, I like to put, basically name the pages what I need to remind myself is going on that page, because right now they're just blank, right? So we created the products and the offers as well. So basically the skeleton is here. Now is the fun part. We just need to start designing, okay? So I'm actually going to walk through this design with you step by step. So this might be a time-consuming training, but I think it's really important, especially because since I just moved my agency over, I know that a lot of my team, they're new to this website builder. So I think it's really important to walk through the steps live with you. So after we get the funnel created, then what we're going to do is actually start creating a workflow to go with it. So if you're brand new to digital marketing, one of the most important things you can do is to get the leads, but then you need to follow up with the leads. Okay, so you need to have a whole system in place before you ever create one piece of content to send people to your business, because that's where the power is going to be, right? That's where the money comes from, is in those back end sales, the upsells, all of those things. And then when you're creating the content, the purpose of the content is to send to the sales funnel. Okay. So for example, just to clarify, this is a how to make money on Fiverr course. So what we're doing is we're selling a guide that is a step-by-step guide to making money on Fiverr. Also, there is a video course that is the upsell. Okay. But we're going to give away a free guide to get people to opt in. So how do you get traffic to this funnel, right? You now are going to make YouTube videos about Fiverr, and you're going to say, hey, and if you want my free guide, click the link in the description. That's all you need to say, okay? Because when they click the link in the description, they're going to go to the opt-in page. They're going to enter their information. You're going to give them the free thing that you offered. You're going to offer an upsell that's relevant to, that lead magnet, right? And then you're going to offer another upsell, and then you're going to be sending them emails and value and things to build that relationship. Okay, so it's really important that you have all this back end process put in place. That way your content is just simply sending people to the opt-in page. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear. I know that is kind of confusing for people. Hello, Maria. Hello, Val. Hello, Linwood. And Build All Online. I cannot remember your actual name, but hello to you too. Hello, Dorothy. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I'm going to actually just click here and you'll see this is just a blank page. Okay, this is going to be the very first page that they see when they click on our link. Okay, so you do have to basically add a section, which is like a panel, or if you can imagine like the walls of your house, what we need is an actual wall to start putting our elements or like pictures on, right? So I always start with a full panel, and I'm actually going to just go ahead and add another one because this one's going to be our header, and we're going to have like a first fold, that bold text, and then you can actually just we'll add another one here, and then that will be our footer. Okay, so this is a very, very basic funnel that we're going to create. Okay. So before we actually dive into this, though, I did want to show you kind of an overview of this builder, just in case this is new for you as well. Okay, so obviously to view the desktop view, you see it's already highlighted in blue here. So we're on the desktop view. To view the mobile, you just need to click here. And this builder is incredibly intuitive. So you really don't have a lot that you need to do on the mobile. Maybe you just want to rearrange a few things or, something like that, but it's very intuitive. Like I said, you likely will not have to do a lot. When you click on the settings, though, if you click SEO metadata, this is what's going to be shown when you share the specific link to this page. So if this is the opt-in page, when you share your link on social media, this is what's going to show. Okay, so we want to put something here like, the title of the guide and some description and some keywords, and then we're going to add an image here and all of that. And of course, we need to create the image first, so I just want to kind of go through that with you. The tracking codes, if you have codes for this specific page that you need to put in the header or the footer, this is where you're going to do that. So you're literally just going to paste. If you need the footer, you just hover over that and click, and then now you can access the footer. Okay, so to do if you are familiar with custom CSS, you can actually use that here. I honestly don't know. I mean, I know about it, but I'm not familiar. I'm not a coder, so this is not something that I really focus on. However, I'm really learning there are a lot of really cool things that you can do with custom CSS, especially within HighLevel. Like you can customize a lot of things that are not on the surface customizable. So really, if you know CSS, you can pretty much make your HighLevel dashboard. You can make your sub accounts. You can make your websites, your membership areas, and all of these things you can really customize and do some really cool things if you're familiar with CSS. Also, you can change the background image, which we're going to use today. And then, of course, you can choose the typography. So your headline font, what type of font you can choose from Google, or you can choose any of the defaults. I typically just choose Lato. You can also choose the text color and the link color. So like if you highlight some text and you want it to be, typically it'll turn blue when it has like the text has a link attached to it. But if you wanted to change that to a branded color, you could do that there. Okay. That is basically the gist of that. Now with the pop-ups, you can do anything with a pop-up that you can do with a section on the page, okay? The thing that you need to know about the pop-ups, though, is you're only allowed to have one per page. All right, so that's just something to note. Also, if you need to go back a step, like the undo, you can click here, and then you can, obviously this one's grayed out because we haven't really done anything yet, but you can also add some, if you want to add some custom HTML and you want to view what the live version would look like, you can click this. Now, we don't have any embedded in our page, so there's nothing to view. But if you did want to view that, you could do that there. Adding a section, I just explained, is basically like the wall of your website. Once you add the section, you'll see that it says to add a row. Okay, so the row is basically, have you ever tried to like hang pictures on your wall, and maybe you have like multiple pictures, but you kind of need like a grid. Like I've done this before where I've actually like taped out on the wall where I want my images to go, or my pictures, because it's hard to like hang them straight and get them like the perfect spacing in between. So a row is basically like that. So you're basically going to add a kind of like a panel on top of your panel that is going to keep all of your elements in place. Okay, so this is really helpful when you're viewing on different screen sizes and different devices. This basically on the previous platform was like a box that you would put things in to keep them all together. Okay. So once you have added a row, then like, let's go ahead, we'll click here, and you'll see that when you click to add a row, you have 1 column, 2 columns, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so it just depends. How many elements do you want to put on here, or what is the spacing that you want to use? So like maybe I have something that I want to put on here, but I want it to be like 3 blocks, and then I want to put my content in the middle, but I want to make sure that there's symmetrical size on each end. I could do 3 blocks, or maybe I want to add like 6 different like elements on the section, and I want it to be evenly spaced. I would maybe want to choose the 6 columns. So that's really something that you just need to decide depending on whatever it is you're working on. So if I was to choose this, like let's say 1, and then once you add that, then you want to add an element. Okay, so that's like basically the 3 layers there. So you can add any of these elements. So headline, subheadline, paragraph text. If you want to create bullets, like a bullet point, you could do that. We have buttons and forms if you want to add a video or an image. Also the custom JS or HTML. The surveys, it's going to pull in any survey that you have built in your account. Okay, so you'll just be able to drag that element in and then choose. Same with the calendar. The map is going to map out your location. You have the SVG. You also have reviews that's going to pull in from your Google My Business account that you connect when you first create your account. Also, you can have some countdown timers here and some different blocks for like a navigation menu, dividers, progress bar, an image feature, and then you have the checkout options. Okay, this is actually new, I think, so order confirmation. So I need to check that out. You can also create global elements. We'll talk about that at a different time. I just wanted to basically give you the overview of how all of that works. And of course, each element has its own different settings. So that's another reason why I just wanted to take you guys in with me to this whole build, because it's like I can say, yeah, just quickly do this, and make my video like 15 minutes. But is that really a thorough training? When you guys are actually building your websites and you get stuck on a part that, I just breezed over and maybe didn't even show, is that going to help you? So I've gotten a lot of feedback that you guys really like when I just take you through the whole build. And so that's really what I want to do. Okay. So I see that it is Felicity. So hello, Felicity. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So let me go ahead and just save, just because I like to save. And you'll see anytime you try to save, it's going to tell you to set the metadata. Okay. So the metadata of this page is going to be our free guide. So we need to access the free guide. All right. Now, if I get out of here quickly, you'll see that you can actually access all the PLR products on the left-hand panel. If it loads, I've got some, oh, I see why. I have some Chrome extensions. If you guys ever have an issue with like your website's loading, check out your Chrome extensions, because a lot of times it will really like slow down your page. Like as soon as I turned that off, it loaded. So resources, that's where, whether you are an agency owner with your own HighLevel account or you're a client with visual marketing and design, you're going to be able to access all of your resources here. Okay. So let's go back into this page, and now we need to start building. Okay, so I'm gonna click here. This is the PLR product that we're using. It's the Make Money on Fiverr. And if you go to the Make Money where it says Video Up, that's the upsell with the video course, and that's actually where our lead magnet is going to be, because we have really two things that we're selling, but we're giving one thing away. Okay, so we're giving away the lead magnet, which is the guide, and then we are selling the ebook course, and we're also selling the video course. Okay, so I'm actually just going to click in here, and you'll see where it says giveaway report. So I'm going to double click here, and we have the headings for the report, and then we also have the report. So let's click here and we'll check it out. So you can see that it's not branded. No, none of these PLR products are branded in any way, so they're great for you to use. You could actually even create like another kind of like we did with the ebook. You could create another course inside of that if you wanted to, but this is basically what it looks like. All right, so now we kind of know what it looks like. Let me minimize this. What we need to do is edit it. Okay, so there are many ways of editing. One of them is to use Canva. So if I open this up, or actually let me go to the file, you can actually import, because this is a PDF, we don't have the Word version that we can edit. There are many ways to basically edit a PDF. So one way, this is probably the way that I use most often, is I literally just drag the file to Canva. And PS, if you want to create a free Canva account, you can click the link in the description of my YouTube video to create Canva. They do have a free level. But when you import your PDF file into Canva, you see it's all editable now. Is that a word? Editable. So you can edit everything. You can, what I usually do is like put my brand at the bottom here with like a clickable link to edit that. But another thing that I want to do is actually take this image, and I want to create a mock-up of the image, okay? Because you can just put this generic, this image here. You can slap on your logo if you want to. You can make basically the image anything that you want to. You can completely redesign it if you want to. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to use this image. But what I can do is go to download. And I can download just this one image. But before I do that, I need to find my mock-up that I want to use. Okay, so a mock-up is basically, it's basically like you see here. You can upload an image, and then it will take the image that you have, and then it will like kind of paste it into another image, which just adds more dimension. It adds more credibility, more interest and professionalism. So that's why I always choose to use mock-ups. Okay, side note, if you want to create a free trial of smart mock-ups, you can click the link in the description as well. Okay, so this is my favorite. I used to use another one, but this just has a lot more selections. So this is the one that I actually just started using. Another way of editing your PDF is you can actually use PDF Candy. This is a free website as well. And to edit PDF Candy, all you need to do is basically choose whatever file that you have. So if we wanted to do PDF to Word, I would choose this option here. And all you need to do is just add the file. So you drop the, you can drag the file here. So if I went here, I could just drag it and drop it, and then it will upload the file and convert it into a Word document, and then you can just download and edit. It's totally free. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay. But the thing with that, though, no matter how you decide to edit it, is, like I said, we need to get the image. All right. So what I want to do is I want to find a mock-up, because it's going to tell me what image size I need, and then I can go back and then edit that cover according to the image size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, what do I want here? I want books. Okay, so I'm going to click here for books. And now I want to choose the design that I want. So maybe I'll choose, I don't want a kid, even though those are some cute kids. Personally, I like to choose one that has like a person holding it. So let's just scroll through here. I just feel like a real person being in it just kind of seems more credible. If you were selling children's books or something, you know, obviously you want a child in there. If you're selling adult things, you would want an adult in there. So let's just say this one is good. And now it tells me, where is my image size? Okay, so I'm going to, okay, so here is the image size. So I need 1780 by 2540. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so I don't need to mess this up. I'm just going to go to create, I'm going to go to resize, and I'm going to choose not inches. I'm going to choose that. And let's go back to where it says 1780 by 2540. So I'm going to type in 1780, oops, 1780 by 2540. And I'm going to do copy resize because I don't want to change any of the rest of that. And I'm just going to delete. This is really the easiest way that, you could always, I guess, just copy the image. So I'm going to just drag this. Let's make it, you know, kind of centered. Make sure that it looks good on that size. Okay, so now we have the size that we need. Okay, so I'm just going to download. And, you know, if you're looking to add this to your website, I'm going to show you another tool that I use to minimize the size. But you can, if I was adding this directly to the website, and this is something, especially if you're brand new to building websites, that you really need to think about that I didn't for a long time. When you are adding a image to a website, you need to be very proactive when it comes to the size of the file. Okay, so this file in a PNG would be incredibly large. Okay, but if I change it to a JPEG here, it's going to automatically make the size smaller, like more condensed, but the quality is not going to be as good. Okay. So one thing I like to do is I will, you know, you can compress it. Like if I'm just using Canva, and this is honestly what I do most of the time, I change it to JPEG and then I just leave this at 80 and then I download the file. Okay. But another thing that you can do is make it PNG, especially because I'm just uploading to Smart Mockup. So I'm not actually adding it to my website yet. So I'm not concerned about the size because I'm just adding it to Smart Mockups. Okay. If I wanted to make the background transparent, which really wouldn't work here because it's just one image, I could do that. And then to add to it, I could also compress this file. But again, I'm not going to worry about that because I just want the best quality image so that when I upload it to Smart Mockups, that it's a good quality. Okay. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click here to upload, and I can do that directly from Canva. So let's see. Oh, I haven't connected my account yet. So let's just do uploads, and let's do upload image, and let's go to wherever it is I downloaded. Let's go to quick access. I need that PNG. So let's go to, actually, I'm just going to click here so I can find it. All right, so it's in downloads. So I need to go to upload image, and then I need to go to my downloads file. So I'm going to type in downloads. Oops, downloads. I should be more organized than this, you know. Okay, and actually, I think it's this one. Let's type in give. Okay, so it's not going to be very friendly. Maybe I can just drag it over. And of course it won't. So let me do this. I'm going to do show in folder. And where is it? It's right there. I'm going to drag it to my desktop. And then now I will know where it is. So now I'm going to go to upload image. I'm going to go to my desktop because I don't have many images there. And there we go. Okay. So now you see how cool it looks. This is so much better than just a typical image. Okay, so I don't like to do any type of editing here. You do have some options to edit, but I just like to just immediately download because there are other things that I like to do, like with Canva or other things, right? So I'm just going to do the best quality that I can. But it does sometimes take longer to do that because it's a higher quality. So there we go. All right. So we downloaded the image. Actually, we'll just, okay. So if you go to show in the folder, I just wanted to show you the difference here, and you hover over it, you'll see that the size of that file, the dimensions are actually 5,000 by 3333. That's a huge file, and it's 3.58 megabytes. Okay. What we want to do is definitely get that smaller because that one image will like make our page load really, really slow. So there are some options. What we can do is go back to Canva. Let's say I wanted to create a new design. And typically, like for the opt-in page, I like to do about 700 by usually 700 and create new design. All right, so what we can do is we can upload this like that. And now we have this great quality large file, but we can make it any size we want to now, right? So I can do this and we can do that. And then I could download this. So if I wanted to download it to a PNG, and this is typically what I would do, you could also do download as PNG and then compress the file. But I wanted to show you the difference. Okay, so now if we look at it, the size is 91.4 kilobytes. So that is dramatically smaller than the other file. Okay. But if you really want to be proactive, you can use a website called TinyPNG, and you can actually upload it. Again, it's free to use. You can actually upload that same file and it will compress it, and you can see that it actually reduced the file size by 32%. Okay, so if I click download all, and it, like, here's another little tip, you could actually do this multiple times to reduce the file size. Okay, so that's super, super cool. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to kind of drive home the things that you want to do when you are building. Okay, this is a really important step, but I think it's a lot of times people don't really talk about all the things that you really need to pay attention to when you're building a website or a sales funnel. You have 5 seconds to capture your lead's attention when they click on that page. And if 4.5 of those seconds are loading, you likely have lost them. Okay. So we have our file here. All right. So we're just going to we'll use this one here that I downloaded. And now let's go back to our website. And now we need to add an image. Okay. But first, let's go ahead and start here with our, basically the header. All right. So I do want to add my logo. So I'm going to go here to add element. I'm going to choose an image, and now I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to click here to add my image. All right, now I already have my logos uploaded, so I'm going to click here and then Vision Logos, and I'll just choose this one here. Okay, so now I have my logo. I'll go ahead and save, and then it asks for that metadata again. Okay, so here on the next column, or the next section, I actually want two different columns because, or actually, yes, I want two different columns because I want to have the image and then I want to have the text on the right-hand side. Okay, so I'm going to choose two columns, and now I need an image, like I just said, and then I'm going to add some text. Okay, so I'm going to actually choose a subheadline because I'm going to add my headline up here, and then I want to add some bullet points, and then I'm probably going to add a button here. Okay. So, and then of course for the footer, I can just do this here, and then we'll add a row. So I'll just say this, and we'll add an element, and I will just add some paragraph text. And I will do, I think it is, I always have to think about this. I think it's Control 0615. Oh, not. Okay, there is a code. I can never remember it when I'm actually live and I have to look it up, but there is a code that will allow you to enter that, like, copyright at symbol. But I cannot remember for the life of me. So we'll just say copyright, vision, marketing, and design LLC. Okay, so that's just my generic little thing. Okay, so now we need our image. Okay, so I'm going to click on the image and I'm going to click here and let's go to lead magnets because I want to stay organized. And let's go ahead and upload this image. So I'm literally just going to drag it and it uploads. Okay, so let's go ahead and just choose this image. And we say that it uploads. If you want to change the size, you can do like change the width and the height and things like that. I'm just going to leave it as is because, that's another reason why I like to get the sizing just done on Canva so that I'm not really editing on the website too much. I'm just like uploading the size. I know it's compressed. I know it's the size that I need. That's just easier for me, right? So I'm going to now, I need to actually add another like section here. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to add a column and I want to move this up. And the reason I'm doing that is because I need like a big bold headline. All right. So this is actually going to be my headline. So now what we have is one section, two sections, three sections. And within those sections, we have this first column, and then we have the image. Okay, so that's what we have in that section. In this section, we have the column, and then we have the element, which is our heading. And then we have this image here, and we have another column here where we have the subheadline and some bullet points. Okay, so now where do we get this information, right? We're going right back to our guide. All right, let me find the guide. Okay, I guess I didn't pull that up. So let's see. Let's just download it again. I'm going to go to PLR and make money on Fiverr and the video and giveaway report. All right. So what I like to do is sometimes, I'll just take this intro here. So this says, let's get one thing clear. For the most part, selling gigs on Fiverr means you trade your time for time and effort for money. A lot of people have no reservations about this. Most people don't have a problem doing this. If you think about it hard enough, this is a problem. How come? First of all, okay, so what I'm going to do is just take this. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back. Actually, I'll just reduce this. I'm going to take this and I want to add basically some smaller text here. Okay. So I'm just going to highlight that and Control V to paste. All right. So we definitely need to play with this a little bit. And let's go ahead and justify that to the left. And we'll just add a little line or a little space here. All right, so now we need, okay, so we have some basic things. What are they going to learn? Okay, so now I need to go back to my guide here. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to take the chapter headings, okay, of the guide. So you see that the title of the guide is 5 Ways You Can Make Bank on Fiverr, right? So that's actually going to be my title. 5 ways you can make bank on Fiverr without becoming a low-paid gig seller. All right, so that is going to be what I type here. 5 ways of making bank on Fiverr without being a... Okay, so I just decided how to make bank on Fiverr. And then what I'm going to do is do a subheadline here, okay, because I want to make that really large. And then I want to make this additional text on the bottom. Without being a low paid gig worker. All right. So this needs to be larger. So what I'm going to do is go over here to desktop font and I'm just going to make it larger. Just like that. Now let's go to the subtext and we're just going to make that a little bit larger. There we go. Now I want to say, let's go ahead and just add our bullet points. Okay. So this is just real world, exactly what I do when I'm creating one of these lead magnets. And you guys, this is how I get leads for my business. I put these lead magnets out. I follow up with them. This is how I have 95 clients in my agency. Okay. Which is like an astronomical number. I can't even believe that's reality. So resell the services of others. Okay. So let's go ahead ahead. I'm just going to paste this here. Hit enter. Let's go back to our report. Where is, let's see, bundle services and sell newly. Oops, let's get that all, the whole thing. Doesn't like that last S there. Okay, copy. I'm going to go back here and I'm just going to paste it, hit enter. Let's go back to our report. Let's go to the next one, bundle services and sell sites with traffic, copy. And let's go to this one here and enter. And let's go back to our report and buy services that help you buy resellable high value assets. You guys, this is really a great course while I'm pasting all this, because a lot of people, I think, do Fiverr wrong because they think, oh, okay, I'll just, create this gig and then it'll be $5 and then eventually I'll work my way up and it'll be so great. But in reality, most successful Fiverr people, they do exactly what this guide is saying. They bundle the services. Like, let's say if you're doing like video marketing or something, or you're a video creator, maybe you want to give them like a $5 something that you'll do for them. And then that's like, I mean, you need to either upsell them off of Fiverr, which you have to be careful with the rules and things like that. Or you could do like, I'll create a whole, present yourself as an agency. Like, I'm going to create a whole like video campaign with a script and all that. And then find a script creator on Fiverr, and then find a video editor, and then find a voiceover guy, and then lump all those things together. I mean, that's basically what you're going to learn in this guide and in the course. So it's really actually a really good course. Okay, so anyway, we put what they're going to learn here. So let's say if you think about it hard enough, this is the problem. How come? And then let's go ahead and add a line here. So I'm going to say, in this free guide, you will learn how the successful Fiverr freelancers make bank. We'll just rely on um, their same verbiage there. Okay, so now we need a kind of like a lead-in headline here. So let's go back and look at our guide. What is basically a solution? Maybe what we want to do is actually take, let's just say, struggling to earn with Fiverr. Okay. So now let's align this to the left. I usually do like everything aligned to the left, but you see, this is really close to this. I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do is go over here. And when you're working with these elements here, the padding is what's going to be inside the element. So it's going to be basically the space between this orange line and the letters. So if I wanted to add more space the inside of it, then I could do the padding left or right, top or bottom. But if I want to actually put space in between the elements, I want to adjust the margin. So I'm actually going to add some space at the bottom here between this element and the next one. And I do like to be fairly consistent. So if I do 20 here, I probably want to do 20 here. Okay, so I'm just going to do this like that. And let's go ahead and just space out the button as well. So we'll just say 20 here. All right. So this, I think, should be a little bit larger. So let's go up here. We have the desktop font, so I'm just going to make that bigger, but I don't want it to be as big as this. So let's see, that's 35 and this is 51. So that looks good. Okay. Maybe we want to add some shadow to this if we want to get really fancy. So we can actually scroll down to, let's go to advanced. We're in this section. Okay, so text shadow, you can choose light fade, you can choose mid shadow, or if you like a real strong shadow, you can choose that. I actually kind of like that. All right, let's go ahead and save. There is too much space up here. I could make this image larger if I wanted to, but I feel like there's just too much space. So what I want to do is eliminate some of that space. And I'm going to click here to make sure that I'm in the correct settings. And let's go ahead and just reduce the padding. Okay, I'm going to reduce the padding everywhere. And now let's go ahead and go to the next level, and let's reduce the padding there as well. And if there's any margin, I want to reduce that. All right, so let's click on the next step. So reduce the padding. Just get rid of all of that. And then let's see, we'll click on the purple. Just make sure that you're getting all the layers here. And then let's see, okay, padding at the top, padding at the bottom. All right, so you see now that looks much, much better. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, maybe we want, this is all white. We could definitely change some of things, but we want this to be congruent with the rest of the funnel, okay? We don't want them to feel like they clicked on here and then they just got lost somewhere. So it's really important to add the images that are basically, you know, to match the rest of the funnel. And so you'll see here that it's, you know, yellows and greens and reds, but of course we want to be congruent with our brand while staying congruent with the images that were provided. Okay, so that's just something that you need to figure out and how you want to work that. It could be different for, you know, it's your choice, however you want to set that up. But let me go back to our website here. So if I wanted to get this image, right? So maybe I wanted to grab, you know, this image back here because this will be the first page that they come to when they have opted in, right? So we kind of want it to look the same, but maybe not too matchy. So maybe we could grab like this image. That looks kind of cool. So let's go back here. I'm going to click here and let's go to our PLR file here. So in the videos, let's go to graphics. Actually, I think it would be here, ready-made sales page, upsell, and we see images. Okay, so now we have all of these images that we can use. So I think this is the one that we talked about. But look, this is a size of 822 kilobytes. So what we need to do is minimize that. So we can use TinyPNG, which since I'm not really interested in like changing the size or dimensions, I'm not really doing a lot of editing or anything, I am going to use TinyPNG just to save myself a step. So I'm going to click here. Let's download. We'll just actually click here. And let's download this file. Why is that? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just going to drag this. I don't know why I was trying to make my life more complicated. Okay, so it reduced it from 842.4 to 226.7. I actually think that's kind of still too big. I like for them, I mean, this is going to be the main image of this funnel. So it's going to be a large image anyway, but I feel like we can make it smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to redo, I'm going to recompress it. So now you'll see it actually reduced it another 10%. So that's good enough. I mean, I could keep doing it if I want to, but I don't want the image to be like really ugly. So that's pretty much what it looks like there. So let's go back to our website now, and we're going to put it as the background here. So I'm going to click here for background image, and we'll go ahead and upload it here in the background images so I can stay organized, and we'll double click. And now you can see that we have that image in our background, but now it's hard to see the text. So you do have some options. You can, first of all, if you like that parallax effect, you can choose that or take it away. You do have lots of options here that you can use. And you can also do like this is the coolest time-saving thing. You can add a light fade, which you can see it makes it a little bit lighter. You can add a half fade, which makes it even lighter than that. And then you can add a heavy fade, which makes it even lighter. I actually like no fade, and then I would rather just change the text color to white. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to, I've clicked on the text element, and I'm going to click here to change to white. Okay, you can customize, actually it's bold text, so I need to change the bold text to white. There you go. So if I want to change this to white, this is not bold text, so I'm going to click here to change it. Let's go ahead and click here as well, and click here, and click here. Okay, but you can see our icons are still black, and that's because when you go to change the colors within that element, you'll see there's a separate one for icon color, and you can just click to add that white. Actually, let me click on icon color and add that to white. Okay, so now we have changed all of this to white text. If we wanted to add a shadow to the image, which I do kind of like to add shadows, I can go up here to, let's do themes or advanced. I think actually themes. We could choose one of these. Let's try this one. Okay, so it kind of adds like a transparent box around it if we like that. We do have some different options that we can choose from. Let's just choose this one and we'll go ahead and save. All right, so now let's look at when it's done saving. Now let's look at a preview of what this looks like. Okay, so you can see very quickly we have created a super, super cool professional funnel. Okay, there are some things I don't like. Like I think this paragraph text is a little bit small. So let me go and add, just make it a little larger here. 18 looks good. What size of text is this? This is 20. This is 18. This is 35. Okay, so I think maybe I want it to be 20. Let's make it the same size. All right, now I'm going to save that. But let's reduce some of the spacing here because I really like for the image to be lined up with the buttons and the text. So we can now, like, let's reduce. Let's go down to the margin. We'll just reduce that a little bit. Like we'll make it 5. And then let's make this 5 as well. Just a little space, but not too much. All right. So now we have this button here. So let's go ahead. We want to edit the button. There's lots of things you can do with the button. What I actually like to do is just put a pop-up form. So I'm just going to say, download your guide here. Or how about get instant access here. And then let's say register for your guide. All right, so now we have our button and we have some text here and then the subtext. And of course, it's already set to open a pop-up. But we definitely do want to change the color. If you want to add your own branded color, I usually keep all of my branded colors stored in Canva. So I'm just going to go to my brand kit here. And purple doesn't really match the theme of this. It's really actually green. So I think what I'm going to do is just take this black, my branded black color. I'm going to copy and go back here and let's do this one here. And you can call this, like I'm going to say Vision Black. And then I'm going to highlight and Control V to paste and then add that color. So now anytime I'll click update, anytime I want to reuse that color or any of my branded colors, I can just access that there. But it actually looks really dark. So let's choose another branded color. Maybe this orange would look better. I'm trying to stay consistent with that brand instead of so much my own because I am going to be giving you guys this funnel. So I want to make sure that I'm not getting too far into the vision. Okay. So now we have orange. It kind of looks better, but the text looks washed out. So now let's go to the color of the text. And you can see it's white here. So let's actually just make that black. And let's make this subtext black as well. And we'll save. All right. So now what we need to do is set our pop-up. So I'm going to go to pop-up, add a row. We're just going to do one row here. We're going to add an element. We're going to add our form. We don't have any forms yet, so we can choose any of the forms. I actually, let's see, I have a form that I've created for free guides, and you can reuse the same form. But let me see, where is my free guide? Let's just choose. Okay, actually, instead of doing that, let me just show you because I hate telling you, yeah, I have which I do have a training on how to create forms, but I would just so much rather show you because I know if you're watching this and you're trying to follow along and build your funnel, you're like, oh, great, now I got to go look for a video she did on how to do the. Okay, so let's go to Builder and let's go create new form. And so I'm just going to, as soon as this loads, okay, so I need first name, I need last name. And because our system is really designed to work very well with texting and emails and things like that, and I love to put in, text messages and phone calls and things like that into my workflow. So I always ask for the phone number. It also, I feel like it helps you eliminate a lot of the spammy things, a lot of like the people just putting in fake info so that they can get a guide, and it may reduce your opt-in rate. So that's something that you want to consider when it comes to the phone number. But I feel like I would rather reduce my opt-in rate than to be spending time sending people things that they aren't opening, or they really don't have any interest, or it just bounces, and then now I'm damaging my email reputation and all that. So I don't like to deal with that. All right, so these are the main things that we need, but I do like to do this as well. So if you're creating a form that you want to use for multiple purposes, what you can actually do is just create a generic form like this and then add source added. And then when they fill out the form, it'll actually tell you in their profile where it came from. So I think that is super, super cool. So I'm just going to save the form here. Let's actually call this something different because, I have issues trying to find things. So I'm going to go to options, and we're just going to say free guide form. All right. And then let's save the form. Now, of course, I want to choose sticky contact because what's so cool about sticky contact is that when they fill this out, if they go to another page that they need to fill something else out, it will auto populate that information. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and save the form. Now, when I go back to my funnels, and I want to, as soon as this loads, I want to click on there, and I'm going to go back to my opt-in page. I want to edit, go to edit page. And now I want to go to pop-up, and I'm going to click here to add my form. Okay, maybe it's not, down here, form. And I'm going to choose the one that I just created that says free guide form. And now you see it auto populates. Of course, you can customize this. You can add text up here if you want something else. You can do any of the edits on here that you could do with an actual page or a section. So I'm going to click save. Now we know the title of our guide. So I'm going to just X out of this, and let's say 5 ways of making bank on Fiverr. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go to save. Let's go to SEO metadata. We'll just put this in there. And then we'll say make bank on Fiverr without being a low paid gig worker. And let me put a space here. All right. Now, typically I would, let's just fix this. 5 ways of being, or 5 ways of making bank, I can't type. Bank on Fiverr. All right. So maybe my keyword, I'll say freelancer. The author is me. So I'm going to put Bridget. And then what I do is I just use the same image for the share image. So I'm just going to use that. And then now you see a preview of what that's going to look like. So if you share it, it's going to be, what that says and then what the description is. And so that looks good to me. I'm going to save. I'm going to save again. And now let's go ahead and preview, and we'll see. Actually, instead of previewing there, let's get out of here. I keep checking the time because I have a meeting at 3 o'clock. So we are going to preview this. Come on, any day. All right. So let me close out some of these windows. I don't want to do that. Okay. So this is what let's refresh. Okay, so this is what our opt-in page looks like. If you click here, you see there's our form, so it's going to collect all that data. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll talk about what happens next, right? How do we send them to the next page? And we're going to build the page and all of that stuff. So let me stop sharing here. So I hope you guys are finding this training. Gosh, it's so dark. I hope you guys are finding this training helpful. Of course, like I said, I'm going to share this with you when it's complete. But this is the process. This is how you get leads online. Everybody asks me, how do you get leads online? You create a product and you have a system in place, and then you go out and you talk about it, you promote it, you send people to the free guide, however you want to do it. You want to do it on a blog, a Facebook post, in groups, and you want to run ads, you want to have a YouTube channel, whatever you want to do. This is how you just send them to the free guide and then let your system do all the work for you. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Make sure if you want a free trial of HighLevel, you can go to highlevel.visualmarketinganddesign.com, and you will actually get a free membership inside of my agency with all of the resources and things will be available to you. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.